Welcome to Sports Savvy TV. Man, we have to talk about the Packers versus the Eagles. I'm going to start off saying this here. I didn't like what I seen out of the Packers, especially Jordan Love. I know the Eagles won, but the Eagles could have got beaten in this game if the Packers knew what they were doing and if they had a quarterback who was about his business. Don't you know that Jordan Love is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL? The guy's 0-6 versus 13-win teams. He had 4 turnovers and 8 penalties for a season-high 85 yards. When I watch Jordan Love, he doesn't pass the eyeball test at all. He never sets his feet when it's time to throw the ball. And everyone who knows a little bit of anything about football, when you don't set your feet, your accuracy will be off. That first interception he threw, when Slay snatched that ball, man, that was just awful. If Jordan Love would have set his feet and threw that ball right, that would have been a completion, just like the last interception. He never sets his feet. He's always antsy. He don't like pressure right in his face. And it's ridiculous. He don't know how to extend plays. Whatever the coach calls, that's what he runs. Man, you got to be like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson with it, man. You got to learn how to go off script and make plays. All that money that the Packers are giving this guy, man, it's ridiculous. The Packers could have won this game because the Eagles didn't do nothing special. We all know the Eagles going to run that ball. But, the Packers defense kept them in the game for the most part. That game was set up and was waiting for Jordan Love to take control of it. And he failed miserably. Jordan Love has to win games like this. When I look at him, he's like a 12 to 15 range quarterback. Nothing special. Folks think this guy is the next best thing since Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. I just don't see it. I could tell you what I do see, though. I see an arrogant quarterback just like Aaron Rodgers who think he just think he's the best thing in the NFL. Man, no. I don't see it. Jordan Love is a system quarterback. The Packers never stood a chance in this game. Good thing they brought over Josh Jacobs because he was the only bright spot the whole year. The dude was out there giving it his all. Once he got hurt, I knew it was over. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for them bringing Josh Jacobs over, the Packers wouldn't have made the playoffs. I'm only being honest. You know what I'm saying? When I watch Jordan Love, he has no leadership qualities. I don't see him pumping the team up. I don't see him talking to the team. He just make a mistake, go sit down. Just arrogant, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know his teammates see that. They can feel that. You're not going to get nowhere with this guy. Another thing, Matt LaFleur, he need to learn how to call better plays because the Packers' plays are too predictable. And another thing, you have to get Jordan Love playmakers, man. Yeah, Jordan Reed good. After that, who was he throwing to? Watson went down. He's out there throwing to high school wide receivers, man. Get that man a couple playmakers. Try to bring Devontae Adams back. That's the only way they're going to succeed. You know what I'm saying? You basically out there with one wide receiver and a bunch of complimentary wide receivers. It's easy to check them guys. I remember that play when it was third down. Jordan Love threw the ball to the wide receiver. The wide receiver couldn't put his foot in, man, because he's not good enough. And it seems like every year, that main wide receiver get hurt, and that's the year. Season over. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Love looked like a rookie out there. Now, I know the Eagles got the number 1 defense right now, and Vic Fangio has them guys playing lights out. Man, still, this game was winnable. The Eagles did nothing special. They ran the ball like they do, and they just played disciplined football. On the other hand, the Packers were undisciplined. They wasn't prepared. In games like this, you look to your leader to carry the way, man. And the leader played the worst game of his career, in my opinion. Jordan Love threw for 212 yards, 0 touchdowns to go with 3 interceptions. That's awful. Like I mentioned earlier, Josh Jacobs was the only bright spot, 80 yards a touchdown. Reed, Jacobs, and Wicks all had 40 yards apiece. You're not beating anyone, man, when your wide receiver's only getting 40 yards. You know what I'm saying? The Packers defense was good, but they need to add more pieces there too. They need some more speed on this defense. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the Packers, they're 0-6 against NFC teams with a winning record. They cannot beat the good teams. They were never going anywhere this year. Man, this is some of the realest words I ever spoke. Jordan Love is not elite. You know, he shows flashes sometimes, but he hasn't proved he's going to be nothing more than a Jameis Winston or a Derek Carr. You know, in my opinion, Jordan Love single-handedly gave the game to the Eagles with them 3 horrible picks and his inaccuracy on deep passes. He cannot throw the deep ball at all. He's too inconsistent. And his vision is probably the worst in the NFL. Man, they had wide receivers open and he just didn't see them. I'm like, the dude open, throw it there. He throwing to the other guy. I'm like, man. His decision making is awful, man. They paying this guy $55 million a year. Man, I know they wish they could get some of that money back. I know how they could fix their problems though. Go out and get T. Higgins from Cincinnati. Him and Reed and Watson, I like that. Go out and spend that money where you need to. That's been the Packers' problem. They don't like to spend money on the offensive side of the ball. In order to win, you got to break the bank. Now, I know it was some questionable calls in this game. You know, it seemed like the refs were just trying to hand the game to the Eagles. With all that being done, the Packers still had a chance to win this game. $55 million a year, you're being paid to go win games like this. End of story. That interception he threw to Zach Braun was just awful. And I don't know if y'all remember, he threw a ball that almost was picked off by Gardner Johnson. So he should have had 4 interceptions in this game. You know what I'm saying? He either overthrows, don't throw the ball hard enough, or he just lacked the zip on balls. And I'm tired of hearing folks talk about how gifted this guy is. It don't matter how gifted you are if you don't have what it takes up top. You need brains to go with your skills. You know what I'm saying? I seen at least 3 plays in every quarter where Jordan Love could have extended plays with his legs and he just stood there. You got to know that you out there with average receivers, man. Help them guys out. Take off with your legs. You're a mobile quarterback. I just don't understand it, man. I'm going to leave y'all with this here. Let me tell you who Jordan Love reminds me of. Do y'all remember Josh Freeman, who was with the Tampa Bay Bucks? That dude had a lot of promise, at the beginning. But once the league got film on him and adjusted to him, he pretty much went to the bottom. And we don't know where this guy at now. You know what I'm saying? Until they get this guy the right pieces and the play calling change and Jordan Love fix his decision making, the Packers are going to be a mediocre team and Jordan Love is going to be nothing more than an average quarterback. That's the honest truth, people. I know some of y'all don't want to hear it, but I speak the truth on my channel. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you think is the problem with Jordan Love? You know what I'm saying? And what do you give him? What grade does you give him for this game? The Sports Savvy TV. I see y'all on the next one.